What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another late night in the BrewLab with me, Lone Fox, your Brewmaster-in-Chief. And tonight, in the BrewLab, I am coming at you with another episode of Brewing With. And for tonight, we're going to be brewing with Lich-Knights Conquest, a card that made my top 10 list for Wilds of Eldraine. A little after spoilers, and I still haven't, for whatever reason, gotten a chance to play with it properly yet on the channel. So I thought, here we go. We need to figure out the best possible shell for this one. I've got two lined up, and a third one that I think will probably end up being the best one, which I haven't brewed up. So my plan is to play a bit of the two that I've already come up with for you guys, discuss, and then maybe do a little live brewing and come up with the third color combination, which I think will probably end up being the best one towards the end of the video. So stay tuned for that. But I think that's enough of an introduction. So now, without further ado, let's jump into the first of tonight's brews. I'm going to go with Rakdos first. We'll keep the ESPER one for last. Something else I thought I should mention is that at Worlds, there was quite a few copies of Rakdos Reanimator, and they all went for the full playset of Cruelty of Gix over the Lich-Knights Conquest. And I think I can see why. I mean, it's still, I think, the better option, all in all, because it's so versatile. You know, with the read ahead, you can have it be hand hate, a tutor, or a reanimation spell, or all three. So, you know, pretty nice. But I wanted to really put Lich-Knights Conquest to the test. And so we're going to lean a little more heavily on this reanimation spell over the other. Definitely going to keep my Fleshgorger down here where I think it belongs, because most of the time I will be trying to play this out on 3. So now, I don't feel the need to go over too many of the old cards, like, you know, the removal package, go for the Throat, Shoulders, Edict, Brotherhood's End. Like, yeah, no surprises there. But let's just go over some of the new cards. New card number 1, Decadent Dragon. Just nice. Just nice. It's a creature that you can discard if you have nothing else to discard and reanimate with our discard outlets, Bitter Reunion and Big Score. But it's also a really nice instant speed adventure called Expensive Taste, which exiles the top 2 cards of target opponent's library face down. You may look and play those cards for as long as they remained exiled. So just adding a little extra dimension to the deck where, like, occasionally we get to snag some of the opponent's important threats, answers, sweepers, counter spells. Like, it's been actually really fun to have just an extra little weird sort of yoink some stuff from my opponent's deck in what is essentially just a very streamlined reanimation deck. But the upsides to running this card in the deck don't just end there. Once you actually play the dragon and it gets to swinging, it makes treasure tokens. And if you've forgotten what Lich-Knights Conquest says, is that we need any number of artifacts, enchantments, and or tokens to sacrifice to bring back that many things from the graveyard to the battlefield. So it's just doing so many things. It's helping us with the Lich-Knights Conquest, stealing the opponent's stuff. It's a body we can reanimate. It's a fairly nice chump blocker. It's a flying trampler. You name it. Like, I've been thoroughly enjoying playing with it. And this was also in my top 10 cards from the set list. And I cannot wait to try and go a little bit more heavy on the dragon theme. I've been looking at a Grixis one, which has been fairly okay, and a Rakdos one. Stay tuned for Dragon Tribal. But for now, just a nice, like, glue card, really. So that's the new card number 1. New card number 2, Lich-Knights Conquest, we've already touched upon. So, I mean, that's really it as far as new cards. So now, let me just quickly point out some of the cool synergies. First one, which really needs to be mentioned, and I'm sure a lot of people have figured this one out already, but the Fleshgorger is an artifact. Lich-Knights Conquest requires you to sacrifice, you know, one of the things that you can sacrifice is an artifact. Since there's a full stop there after tokens, so first you sacrifice, then return, you can sacrifice, even if you have nothing else on the battlefield, you just have 5 mana, 1 Fleshgorger, nothing in the graveyard. You can Lich-Knights Conquest, sack the Fleshgorger, it immediately comes back as the 7/5. because it's the things happen in sequence, right? It goes to the graveyard because you've sacrificed it to the Lich-Knights Conquest, and now there is something in the graveyard for the second part of the card to bring back. So you immediately get an unprototyped Phyrexian Fleshgorger. It's really nice. You know, we've got Bitter Reunion, the Fleshgorger itself, the treasures from Big Score, potentially the Might tokens, the treasures from Decadent Dragon, plenty of you know, artifacts or enchantments or tokens that we can sack to the Lich-Knights Conquest. So that's going to be our main ways of reanimating our Etali, Atraxas, and whatnot. However, it is not by all means the only way. We've also got a Yara here, which I've been loving. Absolutely loving playing this card. The, you know, untransformed side, Widow of the Realm. If you've been able to do the thing, and you've got a you know, a full 7-mana unprototyped Fleshgorger lying about, you can swing with it, gain the 7, potentially get in for the 7 because of the menace and whatnot, and then tap a Yara, sack another creature or artifact. It deals damage equals X damage to the target opponent or battle, and you gain X life, where X is the sacrifice permanent's mana value. So at that point it will be 7 damage plus a 7 life swing. You know, if you've been able to get in with it for 7, you gain 7. Now you sack it and go for the opponent's face again. That's 14 plus another. So you've dealt 14, gained 14 in one turn. Mwah! Amazing. And in a pinch, you can transform her to the Furnace Queen. This is when we need to close the game out. And we've got, because we have a few ways of giving our reanimated creatures haste immediately. Mostly the Bitter Reunion. You know, we reanimate a bunch of stuff, hold up 1 mana, sack Bitter Reunion, give everything haste. Now you can, you know, you've just brought back an Atraxa, you get in it with it in the air for 7, just as a nice way to stabilize. But in a pinch, when it's like we just need that one more turn, and you know, we're worried that the opponent's going to beat us on the crackback, we need to give our reanimated things haste this turn, and we don't have Bitter Reunion. You dump all your mana into an Ayara, Widow of the Realm, transforms into the Furnace Queen. It says that at the beginning of combat on your turn, return up to 1 target artifact or creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. It gains haste, because then you exile it at the beginning of the next end step. So, you know, bring back an Etali, bring back an Atraxa with the Ayara, Furnace Queen, enters the battlefield. You gain all of the lovely benefits of one of these ridiculous creatures entering the battlefield, and then you also get to swing with it the very same turn. Mwah! Amazing. Amazing. Then we've also got Sneaky One of Junji, which can bring a non-dragon creature back from the graveyard to the battlefield under your control. So, you know, the ways are starting to look pretty endless. It's Ayara, the Lich-Knights Conquest, Cruelty of Gix, and Junji, all ways in which we can bring our creatures back from the graveyard to the battlefield. And that is the deck. Nothing much else that I need to add, other than let's jump into some games. Hopefully you guys can't hear the freaking construction that's going on in the land next door to my house. I definitely can, and it's very, very annoying. I'm just looking at my microphones, if it registers it. Doesn't look like it's picking it up too much. Fingers crossed. It's really loud on my end. But I've set my mic in such a way that it shouldn't pick up too much ambient noise. So it's like massive digger machine. Dug, 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 drilling into the floor. It's terrible. So this is a freaking amazing hand, right? It's about as good as it gets, honestly. Brotherhood's End off the top would be my preferred top deck right now. Opponent having a bit of a sleep. Yeah, doesn't look like as though it's picking it up. My meters are staying on 0, but wow, it's so loud. Okay, very aggressive start. We probably need some gas pretty quickly. Like, we need Brotherhood's End off the top now, or we are not looking very good. No such luck, so let's at least get a life blinker in. So loud. Oh, it's gonna be like this for 3 days, apparently. Okay, just when it was too late. The freaking Brotherhood's End isn't gonna do it anymore because of the loyalty. This card is so good. I can't wait to jam it. Like, I'm gonna put it in my next brews. Coming very soon. Okay, maybe we just have to go with an Etali. And hope to find some removal. Nice. We do have a basic. Then you're welcome to, you know, use your Hopeful Initiate to do some sweeping. It's really difficult to focus with this noise. Please give me some removal. Oh. Okay. Interesting game. Oh, this noise is driving me crazy. I'm struggling to concentrate. Yeah, he's probably digging for some, like, brutal cathars or something like that. This is like the new face of mono white, like with the bender and the virtue. I wanted it to die. I wanted it to die. So that we can bring it back. Yes, baby. That's what I love to see. Okay. Brings back Talia. And the spellbook vendor. Being cheeky. Brotherhood's End, baby. Let's go. Nah. Of course, it was too much to ask. Down to 1. Now can we win on the crackback? I don't think so. Unfortunately, I do not think so. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 6 plus 4. It's not enough. Oh. Okay, okay. Wait. Hello? What? Game's bugging out. Okay. One. Yeah. 2. We got this. I found the line, people. That's how it's done. That's how it's done, baby. Off you go. I got you, mate. Just concede gracefully. Woohoo! Never didn't have it. Close. Telling you guys, this card is the truth. I think when everything is said and done, it's going to end up being the better one of this whole cycle. Better than the black one, even. It just is, like, runs away with you, the game. You know, you keep sweeping the board, they'll have ways. They keep finding a way to make another, just one little 1/1, and then it just... We saw it at Worlds. Like, this card is really, really... wow. I kind of overlooked how strong it could be. I've got a few brews lined up with it. For those of you with sharp eyes might have noticed when we were in the deck menu. I've been brewing with it. It's a doozy. But game 1, nice. Sneaky little victory there with the Rakdos variant. How are we doing for time? 22 minutes in. It was a very long match. But and I kind of really want to show you the ESPER one. I think we did everything that the Rakdos one is supposed to do. The one thing that I would have liked to do more of was maybe a Junji, but we did the Ayara thing. We did the Lich-Knights Conquest thing. We used the haste from the Bitter Reunion. We didn't see an Atraxa, but we saw some Etali action going on. I think that's gonna have to just be it for the Rakdos one for tonight. So on to the next one, ESPER Conquest. Lots of similar cards. But getting to have some like a very, very different feel when you're playing it out. So we've got 4 Restoration of Eiganjos, 4 planes. Okay, we're going to be finding those planes with the Restoration, but most of the time we're using the second chapter to discard one of our big reanimation targets, and then we're going to be using the little spirit tokens that the Architect poops out as fodder for our Lich-Knights Conquest. We've also got the full playset of Collector's Vault coming in. This is interesting. I like this card. I was very high on it during spoilers. First time getting to play it. It's not only making treasures that we can sack to the Lich-Knights Conquest, it's also our discard outlet, as well as potentially ramp. It's really nice. Pay 2, draw, discard, create a treasure. Really, really nice. A little bit of a sleeper, I think. So we're trying to do very much the same game plan here, except we're playing it in a much more controlling shell. So counter spells, removal, aplenty, including the end, sweepers, control the board until at some point later in the game we can set up the turn where we use the Lich-Knights Conquest or Cruelty of Gix to bring back our ridiculous 7 drops and win the game from there. So yeah, let's see if this ESPER shell does any better or worse. And hopefully we get to showcase all the new cards. And then, if you haven't guessed already, we'll make the 3rd color combination, which I think might end up being the best one. Or, I beg your pardon, Mardu. Black, white, and red. Then we get to bring in all the good prototype cards. So the Steel Seraph. So we do the same trick with the Lich-Knights Conquest, where we sack the artifacts to bring back the unprototyped versions right away, and the haste with the 2-mana enchantment we had in the Rakdos version. But then you know, engineering a turn where we can like bring back all of our prototyped cards, unprototyped, and give them haste and swing with like massive flying Steel Seraph, life-linking prototype, Fleshgorger. And then, we can bring in some of the prototype cards. I beg your pardon, the Mardu cards that are good. for this type of strategy. Probably the Kunoros and Croxa combo. Wombo. Okay. Would have preferred to see a white source, because so far the chapter 2 here is our only discard outlet. I got another match against the same deck. Yay. Okay, this can be white. Are we lagging a little bit, or what's going on? Yeah, it's kind of like skipping over some moments. Path of Peril is going to be so damn sweet right now. Yeah, we're definitely lagging. Wow. Is it me or is it the opponent? What's going on? So now the question is, do we go for the end? I think so. Let's stem the bleeding, because there's a good chance it'll be Adeline next. Okay, extraction specialist. At least we get rid of the one in the graveyard as well. Talia. I wonder what he's going to think when he sees the restoration come down at some point. So now he has to pay the 3 life for the, you know, for this. And then the cool thing is, if we can find one of our Void Rends, of which I believe there are 3 in the deck, or 2, then we just bring it back unprototyped, which is always nice. Unfortunately, the mana is really not collaborating with me. There are like multiple white sources. There's 4 planes, 1 Eiganjo, 1 Restless Fortress, 4 Raffine's Towers. It's not being friendly, the deck, right now. Ah, the lag. It's very, like, clunky. I don't know if you guys are noticing this or if it's just me. On to the next one. The mana base really not collaborating there. Also, like, the same exact deck we just played. Hoping to showcase some more, you know, different types of matchups. So, just gonna quickly double check my mana here. I'm gonna bring in one more, you know, potential white source in the form of, where are you? Shattered Sanctum. Try again. Probably should have used that Mirex to cast the restoration when I had a chance, but okay. Now we got Raffine's. Oh, that's perfect order of deployment. Wow, another mono white player? 3 in a row? What happened? Did I miss something? Nobody was playing this like a few days ago. Oh, yes. I think I might even discard my Collector's Vault. Cast it for free. Looks like mono white soldiers, actually. I'm holding up this Void Rend because it's probably Morel. Oh, okay. Cool. Shell Fang. You're swinging? I'm blocking. You be swinging, I'll be blocking, man. Alright. Now what? You've got another one of these recommission? No. Well, isn't that nice? Oops. Bit of an underplayed card, maybe. There's a new one that's kind of meh. Now we take a hit. I would attack with both. One, two. There's some bugs going on with the game. Did you guys all just see that? Or was it just me who saw that? I wasn't able to cast my Void Rend. Yeah, well, that's totally okay with me. Did you guys see that? Oh, you found 3 of those in the top 10 cards of your library? Nice. Unfortunately for you, I found Atraxa, our Lord and Savior. But, I'll wait to bring her back so that I don't have to sack my vault. Wow, this noise is so bad. Okay. Atraxa in the house, baby. Let's go. Hello. Wow. Anybody want some lands? Can pick 2 gorges because it's both a creature and an artifact. Love that. That's 14 life gain. Opponent top deck the land. I think we're pretty good. Double blocks. Still we go up to what? See what's... Is anyone else noticing these visual glitches? WTF, mate? I'll grab another. Why not? This time we'll be swinging with our very beautiful Restless Fortress. I had to splurge and get myself these extended art or whatever they're called. Really nice. Interesting. Can we both? No. Okay, so fine. Whatevs. Bye-bye, Atraxa. First time I'm seeing this spell being cast, honestly. Okay, now we get to do another thing, which I've been planning to do the entire time. So then we really get to showcase everything. Okay, you watching? Straight away you bring them back. They were just sacked. Thank you. Yes, baby! Alright, guys. I mean, two very good matches. One, like, real unfortunate mana screw up in the middle there. But overall, like, I think we got to see the various things in action. I don't want to go too long with this video. We're already at the 38-minute mark. So let's just do a quick live brewing session of the Mardu take on this strategy. And then, if you're all super keen to see me play it, then we will, you know, just sound off in the comments, and I will oblige. So, as far as Mardu, okay, we get some cool stuff. I think we need to have at least one Croxa, right? It's another reanimatory type card. Then we can talk about maybe Archangel of Wrath as like a glue card instead of the dragon from the previous version. Then we need to have the, you know, the go-tos are going to be the prototype. I think maybe 3 of each isn't like overdoing it. The red one, unfortunately, it's it says if you cast it, so you can't reanimate it and do the thing. So don't want you. Then Vault, maybe like 3, and the Bitter Reunion. And then we definitely have to have the big score. I'm just like, you know, I'm just throwing, let's just go 4 ofs of everything, throwing everything in the deck, and then we can figure out, you know, we start trimming after. I think since we're going with the white, we might as well play some Path of Perils alongside, maybe like 2 Path of Peril, maybe even 3, and like Ayara, 2 of Brotherhood's End, maybe, I don't know, let's bring that in. Of course, we have to go Throat, Edict, maybe Fateful Absence. We don't need the Brotherhood's End. We just rely on Path of Peril. And maybe we can do away with, I think, the Collector's Vault. Because I also want to bring in, of course, Atraxa. Wait, we have to always have to do this. Boop. Otherwise it, and Etali, can't do without them. Also, we currently have one land too many. I can't remember which one I went up on, but all we need to do is do this. Boop. Okay, and then I'll remember I went one up with the red one. Bring in the Atraxa again. Cut the one extra red. So now we got one extra card. One volt. Ponder, ponder, ponder. Yes. Oh, well, boy. Where's our reanimation spells? Lich. That's hilarious. Okay, so we need to cut quite a bit. Gix. Maybe too many creatures. Cut one Archangel? Life gain is so nice, though. Sure. Oh, that's a tough decision. Maybe a Yara. We don't need two of them. It's nice, but it's not essential. Yeah, okay. There we go. Something like this, okay? Now, the problem with this version is the mana base. Right? I mean, let's see here. If we get rid of the Atraxa, it's showing us that we have 20. So the biggest share of the deck is Rakdos, right? 35 and 26%. The next biggest is going to be Orzhov, 35 and 24, and then the last is Boros. So okay. That's how I usually, that's the first thing I look at. Okay, let's bring in one Restless Bivouac, because noise. Then I'm going to bring in, like, mostly Rakdos, right? So 3 of each. Then the second least we said was Orzhov. So, boop, boop. Something like that. And then the very last is Boros, where we've already brought in one of the bivouacs. Maybe we just go 1 and 1. Okay, now we hit the auto landy guy. Boop. It changes it to that, and then we can go 1, 1, 1 as per usual. I think that looks pretty fantastic. Can also cut 1 planes, bring in like a Mirex. And I think a Field of Ruin is always good. So now we've lost what? No, we've gone up to 25 lands. So I think what we will do is cut 1 of the pain lands in Rakdos, because I don't like me too much pain. And now we should be able to bring back in the Atraxa without triggering the auto land thingy. And there we go. Aha. And of course, to keep up with the naming, we go for Mardu, capital, Mardu Conquest. That is my take on the Mardu version. Obviously, I mean, you literally just saw me brew that up right now on the fly. We could do some adjusting for sure. I always end up trimming and fine tuning. Oh, what are you doing in here? There we go. Yeah, I think this could be really, really explosive as well. And we have many more of these prototype creatures to do the thing with Lich-Knights, bring them back. I'm imagining a turn where we do the thing and then give everything haste. Could get really cool. And then, you know, by playing Mardu, we get access to some, like, different types of removal. And we can cast the Path of Peril for its cleave cost, so we can do away with the Brotherhood's End, which kills a lot of our prototype cards, as well as a Yara. This way, it's, you know, when we cast it for the uncleaved cost, we can keep our 3-drops on the board. We get to bring in the Atraxa and Kunoros, which kind of filling in the role that Junji was in the previous versions, as just another way to bring things back other than just relying on our actual reanimation spells. So again, we have a Yara, Atraxa, and 4 reanimation spells to bring our threats back and back and back. We could even consider putting in like 1 copy of Breach the Multiverse. Maybe cut 1 of these 6 removal spells, bring in a 1 copy sneaky one of Breach the Multiverse as a thing to hit off of Etali and or Atraxa, and then that's another way of getting our stuff back from the graveyard. Lots to, and then, you know, I don't know if this mana base that I just threw together on the fly like this is the very perfect one, but I feel comfortable with 24, even though we have such a high top end, because of the Collector's Vault, because of the big score, giving us some treasure. Let me know what you think, and let me know if you'd like to see me jam this one on the channel. But otherwise, we'll just leave it as that. And yeah, what do you think? ESPER Conquest, Rakdos Conquest. Which one was your favorite? I hope you enjoyed this episode of Brewing With. If you did, please leave a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, leave me a comment. Those things greatly help me out. I will be seeing you all in the next one with another fresh brew. And until then, this is Lone Fox from the BrewLab, signing out. Peace, y'all.